Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Sunday Night Live. I'm your man Bailey, aka Mr. Go Get 'em. And well, tonight I actually wasn't gonna have an episode, but a situation came up, a post was made, a conversation came about, and tonight brought about a different conversation. So I'm not gonna say your name because she's already on the phone line. I'm not going to say your name unless you want it to be said. Do you want your name given? Or do you want to stay
I,
anonymous?
I'm fine if you give my name. I'm good.
Well, if you want your name given, you can do
Yes,
so.
go right ahead. You
Her-
can go ahead and do that. My name is Rebecca Jackson.
All right, Rebecca. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go here. First and foremost, tonight, chilling was actually on my way, getting ready, made my smoothie, was like about to go to the gym. I made a post on Facebook, the old people's app. And it goes like this. Let's talk about it. And grandma sat on porches, tree swings for hours, getting to know grandpa, and they are still together. Here you are being taken out by hella men spending a bag on you, and you never even make it to the relationship status. Just out here wasting time and money, building nothing at all while having conversation after conversation about building. The moment you say, I'm going to ask you, what are we building? My name isn't Bob or Lego. That's what started this conversation. Okay. Um, what's the best way to say it? You liked it. You even commented. And then I specifically asked you to basically elaborate on why you liked it, right?
Yeah, that's what happened.
Okay. Now, the conversation has gone a little deeper, and we are now having conversations about loyalty. And my question is, do you think that loyalty is the same between men and women? And your answer is
No, I don't.
okay.
I guess that's what I said. To that question, I said, no, I don't, because women are different. But then as I talked it through with you, I also realized I had never had a really meaningful conversation with a man where he described to me what loyalty meant to him. So I wasn't capable of really answering that question for men.
Okay. So the beautiful part about this is you're actually going to get that explanation. And
Okay, go
it's
ahead.
not the explanation per se of all men, but a very large percentage of the men will respond in this manner. Okay. Now,
Okay.
before we get into the actual breakdown of it, we're going to take it back a moment because we did have other parts of the conversation that they aren't privy to. Okay. What is loyalty to you when it comes to relationships or men and women?
For me, a woman, and I did say in that conversation, clearly I'm older. Okay. I'm not in my 20s. I'm not hanging out all the time. And for me, if I feel safe and protected within the relationship, if I feel understood and treasured, loyalty loyalty to me is just it's so easy. It comes so naturally. It's almost ridiculous. I'm not going to say, oh, I don't see other men and I don't like, oh, that's a good looking man or something. Like, I don't, but I don't ever listen to the conversation. Like, I dismiss it. Like, it's almost humorous to me that you even attempted this conversation,
Okay,
because why
so
would I even have the conversation?
in the man's world, in the man's community, we all understand that the moment that a woman loves you, respects you, and is all about you, we say the actual term is other men become invisible to you. When a woman is 100% into her man, other men disappear. So, would that be the best way to explain that for you?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So, for the many people that have hated me for saying that over the years. uh, Here again, you guys kind of get to hear it. It's a factual thing, right?
Oh, it definitely is. Oh, absolutely.
Now, the next part of that is loyalty. Okay. As a woman, in your honest opinion, what do you think is the easiest thing for you to get from a man?
The easiest thing, sex.
Sex. Okay. So when you are with a man and you're in a relationship, whether it's new, old, whatever the situation may be, would you say that loyalty for you is not giving yourself to someone else?
Absolutely.
Because that's also the easiest thing that comes to you.
Probably, yeah.
Okay. What do you think is the most natural, easiest thing for a man to give to a woman? Well, it should be. Currently isn't, but should be.
Easiest thing, sex.
No. That's not the easiest thing
Our
for.
money, I think money actually. I'm going to take that back. I think men spend money pretty easily on women. I don't know if that's true though. Like I don't know what they would think about that, but
In current times, that would actually be the greatest way to say it. And money today in the world, we use money to do the P word, which is provide, right?
right.
Men are natural providers.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, we have a three-piece dance that go with men: safety, security, provision. So you hit the nail right on the head when you said when you feel safe, when you feel secure with your man, all other men cease to exist to you, which is so true. I feel that. I understand that. I know exactly where you're at with that. All right.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to a man, and we're speaking in terms of loyalty, because now you care for that man and that man cares for you. When he cares for you, do, do you think his loyalty should come in the form of what your loyalty is? Or should he be
No, no.
offering you safety, security, and provision?
Um, I think he interesting question.
Yeah. It makes you think about it then, right? Because this is the thing. So
Yeah.
here's
I mean, I
where
think all of those things, but
here's where
I
dating
also
in
uh-huh.
2023 and longer than that now has gone so wrong. So what most people are preaching, well, I can't say people. Unfortunately, most women today are telling a man that they want his loyalty, but his loyalty has to be on the same level of hers, right? Now, if we give you sexual loyalty, you then do realize you're forfeiting safety, security, and provision. Because you're not going to
Okay, but
keep
that's
increasing this man's list of shit to do when you have one thing. There's one metric of loyalty that we ask of you. One metric. We have a three-piece dance. And let's really get into the security aspect of that. Safety and security means I'm willing to die for you. How many men are willing to die for their wives?
I couldn't even tell you.
Correct.
I have no
All
idea.
men. There's a reason, there's a saying out there that literally says women and children first, right? If there's a fire in the house, that man is making sure you and the kids are out of the house. As soon as you're out of the house, he's putting his life back on the line. Oh, my girl doesn't have a shirt, or she's not wearing any underwear, or the kid's dog. I got to go get the dog. He will die to make sure
Uh-huh.
you and the children are happy. The Titanic is the best and easiest way to put it. In the Titanic, how many men died versus women on that ship?
Okay, I understand that. I
Okay.
do. And I get what you're saying. But what I'm saying is if he wants to protect, you know, if you want to do those three, doesn't the sexual part also kind of just fall into that? I mean, wouldn't he want to do that
Okay, so let me ask you this
organically?
question. If you walked outside your door right now and said, I want to fuck, how many men would come running?
I have no idea.
Okay, let's say there's 100 men standing outside of your door,
I'm
and
sure
you
at
said,
least
I want
one
to
would be
fuck. How
like,
many
I'm up
men would
for
try to come in and fuck you?
it. I think at least one.
100 men are going to be like, I'm down. If you're okay with the gangbang, we're coming in. Okay?
Okay.
Reverse that. 100 women are outside of my door, and I say, I
Uh-huh.
want to fuck. How many women are
Right.
going to be ready to come in?
I have no idea.
None. Maybe 2 or 3.
Huh.
And they're probably going to be the ugliest, fattest chicks out there. And they're still going to say, but as soon as they get in the house, okay, we're not going to do this. At least we got to take the time. You got to get to know me. You want to take me on a date? We have to work for sex. You don't.
Right.
Okay. So to say that he would just fall in line for that, first and foremost, we have to go out of our way in major ways to even get sexual access. See, what happens is a lot of the times you're looking at life through your lens. Sex for you is easy. Sex for
Right.
me is work. Sex for
Well, I
you
mean,
happens at the drop of the hat. Right now, you probably got men that you haven't been with, dated, talked to in 10, 15, even 20 years. But if you said, come get some, they're coming. You have men probably in your friend zone that you could call right now and be like, I know we've been friends for all these years, but I would rather do it with you than someone else. At least I know it's safe and I can trust you and blah, 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 blah. They're going to come running. I can call every female in my phone, at least none that I fucked with, and be like, I want some pussy. And be like, I know you playing. Nigga, please. Not happening.
right.
Who do you think you are? So the world we live in, we don't get the same access. Men are as honest as, well, men, if we're in a relationship, we could love you to death. But if a chick is like, hey, you can get this ass, 9 times out of 10, he's going to fuck because it's not emotional for us. There's no emotion attached. It's the feeling. That 10, 15 minutes that it takes to get that feeling, and then it's over with. It's done. We go home. We still love you. We still protect you. We'll still take care of you. We'll go home, take a shower, take you shopping, take you to dinner, have date night, come home, and fuck the shit out of you. And like that other chick is not even a second thought.
So what you're saying is, okay. I mean, I get it. Like I've heard men say that kind of thing
Like
before.
there's
I've
a
heard that
there's a
part of it.
different
There's no
level of
feeling.
loyalty. But unfortunately, and that's where today in today's society, loyalty has become a buzzword, but there's no meaning behind it because people truly aren't loyal. Just like I could go get a girl right now, start dating her. We've been together for 6 months. I'm the most loyal bitch you'll ever have, right? Okay. So then she finds out, let's say she finds out I'm a drug dealer or some shit. Or I got some real ass motherfucking enemies. And then we break up and it's a bad breakup. What's the first thing she doing? She either calling the cops and sending in a tip because I'm a drug dealer, or she's letting my enemies know exactly where the fuck I'm at because she's in her feelings and her emotions. The loyalty only lasts as long as she does.
You don't actually think that's true about women, do you? You don't like as in general. I don't think all women are like that.
How many women do you know are spiteful?
I know a lot of women can be spiteful. I know that can be true, but I don't think every woman is going to go out of their way to put you behind bars just because you broke up with her.
Okay, well then let's ask this question, right?
I really don't.
Okay. How many men that would gladly take care of their children, would love to have their children, are currently on child support and not seeing their child?
A hell of a lot.
Thank you.
I
So
mean,
you can't say that a woman
absolutely.
you can't say what a woman won't do when the majority of women already do it.
I will tell you this though. I have sons, grown sons, and they have custody of their children because there are a lot of women out there the same. I mean, not that they have spitefully kept. I mean, this new generation of women are just, it's unclear to me, but like they just leave their kids now. So I
Correct.
think
The
those are
the new
pretty
generation,
equal now.
the new generation will gladly leave their kids because they still want to
Right.
party and be city girls. They still want to
Exactly.
drink, and they still have the thought process that Future and Chris Brown and Trey Songz is gonna pick them up and wife them out. They're
Exactly.
ready to be on the road with Tyga for the next three to
Right.
six months, getting banged out.
Right. No, I get it. So it
So
is different in that
correct,
aspect.
it's a
And
lot
you're
different.
right.
Okay,
It is. And I'm not taking anything away from that. I'm really not. I'm just saying, as a whole, you can't take a certain percentage and say that that's the way women are in general.
why not?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what statistics are for.
I
Statistics have proven
understand.
that. That's like me saying that you can't say that 50% of black men aren't in prison when statistically proven 50% of black men are in prison.
Yeah. Well, I would never not say that, but okay.
Yeah,
I
well,
mean, you're
okay,
right. You're
and then
absolutely
let's
right. A
remove the
fact
race
is a
aspect
fact.
from it.
Right.
47% of women today are single. 80% are on medications because they are, let's just say, unhappy.
You 80%, is that really a statistic?
That is
80%
really
of single women?
47% of women are currently single. And that'll be as high as 50% literally in just a couple of years. And they've actually called it the she economy. And you know how usually men with their unhappiness and them being depressed, etc., men
Yeah.
used to lead that. Women have now come and bypassed that and bypass men to the level of 80%. The majority of them, reasons for said thing, they're now in their 40s, they chased their career, they never had children, and they are unmarried.
And you think that's due to what? What do you think the reasoning for all of that is?
Independent movement. The world told women to be independent. You don't need a man. To the left, to the left. Find you a soldier. Oh, I can name out probably 30, 40 songs that sold women on not fucking with scrubs and everything else. And then you had an entire world uh, telling women to put off having children, go to school, get a career, do this and do that. And what they didn't
Okay, but
realize is all those things take and require time. In the world we live
yeah,
in, do men want a woman with youth or a woman with a career?
I'm pretty sure with youth.
Thank you. Do you know why they want a woman with youth?
I think probably because they're a lot less complicated and negative. They're
Correct.
probably a lot more positive.
And you
The
can
world
have
has
children
not
with
beaten
them.
them down. Well, yeah, and that too.
Correct. If you can take a woman at a very young age before she hits the streets and the world, you can stop it before she ends up with a ton of trauma from failed relationships, getting trains ran over, getting dicked down, potentially joining porn and all kind of other different things that they call, oh, I'm just out here, learning everything and traveling the world and getting all this experience, negative experiences. So you get her
Yeah,
young,
but
you can marry her.
you're talking only about the woman's part in that, though. Like, what about you don't have, okay, you don't think men have had they haven't participated in a lot of this?
Well, okay. So when you say when a man participates, elaborate on the participation.
Well, I just think that, I mean, it's the same as, I mean, when you're talking about youth, I would think, I mean, to me, younger men are a lot happier. They're a lot more active. Like when you start looking at men over 40, they're, most of them have been single, or they've gone through like their trauma, their drama, their crap. They bring all that baggage in and kind of just set it down in your front room and unpack it. And they are very like, I'm not going to do this again. I'm not going to do that again.
Okay,
This is
so
not going to
so
happen.
there's a big
You,
there's a missing piece in there, right? And I want you to really
okay.
think about this.
All
Who
right.
loves who unconditionally? Does a man love a woman unconditionally, or does a woman love a man unconditionally?
I actually believe, honestly, it has a lot to do with age, because the older a man is, the less. Because I think in the earlier part of my life, men would love m- would do that unconditionally
Okay.
more so than
Okay.
a woman. A
So I
woman
want you
would
to
be
I
like,
want
"Oh,
you to
I got
think
to
about
have
this.
this, I got to have that."
Think about
But
this.
later in life, I think that is not true anymore, and I think men have just an incredible amount of conditions.
Okay. Now, the reason those men have conditions is because when they were younger and they loved unconditionally and gave their all, they took care of said woman, right? They gave them
Yep.
everything because that's what we do. Again, that's the natural provider. We gave everything we possibly could to you. We try to give you this life. We actually put a ring on it, right? We dedicated our lives to making you happy. We met all of your conditions. And then, boom, she left us. She leaves. She takes the children, 50% of everything you've earned, and leaves you there to put the pieces together and figure it out.
Okay.
How do you think he would be after that? Like, he loved you
I understand that, but
unconditionally.
that's what you're saying too. You're saying women are damaged, which I agree with.
No, no,
They
no.
are. They're
Women, but the
broken and
damage.
damaged.
The
Wait.
Yeah.
Let me finish.
Okay.
And I'm telling you that at a certain point, that's true for men too. And why all of this is super, super interesting. And it is like, how did we get here? Right? You can't fix it if you don't know how you got there.
Oh, we
But
know how we
then
got here.
now we're here. Now we're here. So how do you fix it?
Okay. So,
Right?
one, we have to look at this and we have to be honest about it. The damage is different.
Right.
One is self inflicted, the other one is not. Does a woman need to travel the world, potentially put herself on yachts with millionaires and billionaires, and have sex with a bunch of different men to say that she got experience before she gets married? Is that something she absolutely needs to go through?
No.
Okay. Now, a man giving his life to a woman and literally putting a ring on it, trying to have a family, and then gets left 9 times out of 10 now, 90%, the majority of marriages that end now is because the woman feels like she's trapped and she deserves more. Usually in the terms of money. So she'll
Yeah, but that's not true though. Most women leave marriages because the things that happened in the beginning, like I mean, let's be real, from a woman's perspective, the things that happened in the beginning when we were dating, or then we're, in this serious relationship, and then we're engaged or whatever, then they stop doing. They are satisfied in that little area. They stop doing the things that got us to where we're at right now.
Do you
And
know the
that's the
number one
main
reason for
bitch.
divorce?
You're gonna tell me, I'm sure.
Well, no,
Go
I
ahead.
would actually rather
I'm
you.
not.
I,
I don't necessarily know. I
I'm
just
I'm
know that I
different
talk to
because
a
I'll be
lot
the
of
first
females.
person. I'm different because I would say, I'd be the first person to say, actually, get on your phone or a computer or tablet, Google it. It's money. Women leave
Money
being
problems, though.
no. That is the problem. So that's what I'm going to explain to you. 80%, right? The majority of it is money. What actually happens is that 80% of women leaving men jumps to 90% if she has a master's degree. So once she's been married, they're raising children, she goes back to school, she figures out whatever it is she wants to go in school for, She graduates, then she leaves him. He's like a stepping stone. Because now she can get her own money. And she can also have her freedom to date and choose. And as they say, get what they deserve.
Isn't that interesting though? Because historically, that's what happened with women.
But this is the thing.
I mean,
that's actually,
but for years and years, men did the same shit. They
that
upgraded to a younger model.
that actually has never been proved. As a matter of fact, you got to understand, divorce is at an all-time high. Men never left women, still to this day. Divorces are something that we can sit here and say there is a statistic that backs it. That is the story that is sold and told. But how many of people today, our grandparents, are still together? Almost everyone's.
I mean, my personal experience, to be honest with you right now, I mean, I don't know about statistically, but and my parents were divorced. And the reason they were divorced is because my father left my mother for a younger woman.
Okay.
He got to a place. I mean, she remarried, and the man she was married to for over 30 years before he passed away this last year. But I'm just saying, like, I knew a lot of people around me at that time that happened to.
But again,
so that
divorce
literally
rates
happened within my personal experience.
Correct. But that's your personal experience. And what we'll do is we'll take our personal experience and make that the experience for everyone. That is a very rare situation. Like that is a rare situation. Men don't leave women. And our grandparents are still together. So we can't sit here and say that men left women for younger versions when our grandparents are literally still together. That is a story. It's a wives' tale. It's a folk tale. It is something that is told. Like what I look at, and we look at it quite often, right? You have any single friends?
Yeah.
Okay. All your single friends don't date out of fear. I don't want to depend on a man because the moment he leaves, I'm left with nothing. But again, women leave men. How many guys have you broken up with as opposed to you being broken up with?
I don't know. I was just thinking that though. I got to tell you, that's so crazy that you would ask me that question because I'm like, you keep saying men don't leave. And I mean, but you just said take your personal experiences and put them to the side.
Okay, but that's a personal.
You're black and white.
That's that's a personal experience that we can quantify because then look at your girlfriends.
Well, I can't speak for my girlfriends right now, but I can speak for myself. I have not really experienced a lot of me not being the one that broke up.
Correct. And if you ask your girlfriends, and I'm pretty sure because girls confide in girls, your girlfriends have broken up with more dudes or not dated more dudes more than those dudes have been like, I'm not gonna fuck with you.
Right. I think that's probably true.
That's
I would agree.
There are very few men in this world. Very few. And the ones that are very masculine, dominant, successful men. Because they know their worth. And the majority of the men in this world truly don't know their worth.
Okay.
So, taking this roundabout and going back to the loyalty aspect, right?
Okay.
Because all of these things play a part in loyalty, right?
Oh yes, absolutely.
So if you break all those different things down, that's usually what it is. Now, I'm glad that you said something. What you said is, you said that the woman will leave the man because he stops doing what he did in the beginning.
Right.
Which goes back to the post. Grandma and grandpa spent more time on swings having conversations than they did going out being social, elaborate dinners and dates and all of those things. And when those things did happen, they were more very small. It was about each other. It wasn't about
Exactly.
experiences and dinner dates and all of those things. It was very simple and simplistic. And that simplicity is what, well, let's think about it. When you're truly in a relationship, and let's say you get to the point of being married, do you really, when you have kids, sports, work, all these things playing in, how much time, how much real you time do you get?
You don't get much.
Thank you.
Of course,
So
you don't
if
get
if
hardly
your
any.
relationship was created about spending time with each other, having conversations with each other, bonding over doing absolutely nothing other than the fact of just spending time together, in 20 years from now, would your relationship be stagnant and boring?
I, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I haven't been in a relationship for 20 years. So I really don't know. And what I did, I mean, I'm not talking about when I said that, for me personally, okay, I can't speak for anybody else. I'm not talking about expensive restaurants or anything like that. What I'm talking about, what bothered, what has happened in my past in relationships is that, for me, just taking a drive and being able to be alone and having a conversation is the thing that I need to get through it. Do you know what I'm saying?
No,
It
no,
makes all the other bullshit.
I feel what you're saying. Okay, so me as a man, right?
Right.
In dating, I've made it very clear, and I've been doing this literally. I started this in my teens when I wasn't in a relationship. I never took chicks out on dates for like the first 2 or 3 times, 3 or 4 times that we met. It was
Right.
literally about us getting to know each other.
Right.
Because then I knew that you were in it for me and I was in it for you. Like my best date to this day was at Barnes and Nobles. I met a chick, we
Right.
met at Barnes and Nobles, and what probably should have been 45 minutes to an hour, maybe 2 hours max, turned into like a whole shift. We were there for like 6, 7, 8 hours. We hit it off. We had great chemistry. We had good communication. We started talking about favorite books. We started grabbing those books. Um, the favorite parts of those books. It was like literally a whole book club type situation, but it was about literally getting to know each other. And
Those are the best.
to date, there was no coffee involved. There was no food involved. It was none of that. It was 100% me, her, and an occasional book that swapped hands between the two of us of going through saying, yeah, I read that book. This is my favorite chapter. This is my favorite part of the book, etc. And as simple and silly and cheesy as that sounds, it's what made that what it was. Now, we didn't get along in other ways that we found out later on, but again, to date, the best date ever had was that one
Right.
because it was super simple and she walked in with zero expectations. I walked in with zero expectations and we had that conversation. In 20 years from now, let's say me and that person worked out. 20 years later, guess what? We could literally look back and be like, our first date was at a bookstore.
Right.
It doesn't get any better than that. Your relation, if it's that simple, there's no way in hell your relationship could get stagnant or boring or have any elaborate, like a car drive clearly is going to be amazing. Just laying in bed, amazing. Sitting on the couch, amazing. Shit, I could be sitting on the shitter and you could be brushing your teeth. We're still going to have the best time in the world because it's literally just about being around each other.
Okay.
Whereas today's relationships are built on a foundation of what are you doing for me and what am I doing for you?
I would agree to that.
And that has created a bunch of bullshit.
I
And
also agree to that.
expectations, and wants have now overcome needs.
This is true.
So when it comes to loyalty, well, as a man, the only thing that we require from a woman in the terms of loyalty is just that. Like the reason, and women hate hearing it, but the reason men don't want hoes is because if you were to have my child, I can't guarantee it's mine. And we can't turn that off because that is just something that is hardwired in our DNA. Just like you as a woman, 9 times out of 10, you don't want a short, weak man. Because the moment that something goes wrong in life, your first thought process is, he can't protect me. The reason kings had multiple wives and hundreds of children is because he could provide for all of them. So those women had zero issues in sharing that man. Their children, which were their legacy. Like I posted the other day on my page, is what is your legacy? People bypassed that. No one wanted to answer that question because today's modern day legacy is about wealth, as in monetary things. But legacy is about your children and what you leave behind. Like, especially as a woman. Like, I think back to my grandmother and my great grandmother before they passed. You know what they could do every Sunday? Look at their children and their children's children, and then my great grandmother, her children's children. And that made her happier than anything else in life.
Yes. I think that's true. I do that with my kids and my grandkids.
Which is why, when it comes to the independent movement, it's horrible. And I understand the statistic of why so many women are unhappy. Because guess what? Do jobs in? Do careers in?
Yes.
Okay. Statistically speaking, do women usually save their money and do proper investments that allow there to be something for them later on in life?
Not as much as they should.
Correct. So what happens is you end up 50, 60 years old. You're now at retirement age and you blew the majority of your money on the purses, the cars, the lifestyle, the traveling, the hair and the nails. And oh shit, bills have to be paid. Either I've got to keep working or I've got to find a man that's going to take care of me.
You make it sound really simple where it comes to women, and I just.
Here's the problem.
I-
It is simple. Like the world we live in is simple. We complicate it. Dating
yeah,
is
but
simple. We complicate it.
my dealings with men just don't necessarily reflect it being that easy. For like,
You know why?
I mean, no.
Okay,
I mean,
so I had
I
this
would think
conversation while speaking with you. I was having a conversation with someone else, and she asked the exact same question, and she said pretty much the exact same thing. Are you familiar with the term "when men lie, women buy"?
yes.
Okay, let me ask you this. Let's say I'm the most attractive man in the world, and I walk up
Uh-huh.
to you, and I go, "Damn, you look good. I want to take you home and fuck you right now." Are you gonna give me a chance?
Uh-huh. I don't know. Probably not.
Thank you. You're gonna disqualify me off rip. No, if doesn't matter how attractive I am,
Right.
you're going to disqualify me. Fuck no, I can't believe you disrespectful son of a bitch. Right?
Well, maybe disrespect. I don't know about disrespectful son of a bitch, but
You may
definitely
not
like,
say
what the
that,
fuck
but
are
you're
you
at
on?
least thinking that.
Right. Like, what the fuck are you on?
Thank you.
Like, how dare you? Yeah, I guess
Okay.
you're right.
What's
Yeah,
the
how
number
dare
one
you?
reason that men approach women though?
I guess for sex.
Well, what else do you offer?
I personally offer a lot. I come with a lot of shit. But
A lot
yeah,
of
for
shit,
sex,
but do we know what the
first
fuck you
meeting.
offer? when we see
Right,
you.
exactly. That's what I just
Thank
said.
you.
First meeting, it's sex.
Thank you. So we can't come to you and say what we're really thinking. Like, I can tell you right now, earlier, driving home, I get home. There's a cute ass Amazon chick walking back to her Amazon truck. Do you think that my thought process is, oh my God, I wonder if she's a great woman? I bet you she's an amazing mother. No, my first thought process is, damn, she cute. I wonder if the pussy good.
Uh-huh.
That's how we
Shame.
think. But this is the problem.
Right.
And the problem, the biggest problem is women are like, I just want you to tell me the truth. If you just told me the truth, we would be okay. Okay. I'm going to tell you the truth. And guess what? You can't handle, y'all don't like the truth. You really don't. If your man comes, let's put you in this hypothetical. If your man, you have a man right now, and your man calls you and goes, babe, I'm at the mall. This chick she's beautiful. She's okay with me just fucking her. I don't want to leave you, and I don't want to cheat on you. So I'm calling you and saying, babe, can I have a hall pass? I'll be home in like 30, 45 minutes. Can I have a hall pass? What are you going to say?
Hell no.
Thank you.
Hell
Thank
no.
you.
Hell the fuck no.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And that's why.
No.
But again, that's why men cheat.
I understand. That's why it doesn't make it right.
Who says it was wrong? There's nothing more. See, here's the problem. And this is the craziest part. You know the number one thing that'll keep a woman with a man more than anything?
Attention.
No. Yeah, well, yeah, it is attention, but it's not the attention that you think it is. It's the fact when you have a man that you know other women are constantly chasing, are constantly wanting, that woman, that said woman, especially if she loves him, she's going to stay in the gym. She's going to keep working out. She's going to make sure she's beautiful. She's going to make sure the house is clean, the kids are taken care of, and his life is peaceful as fuck. The moment that women stop chasing that motherfucker, she slacks off.
Is that true? I don't think. I mean, maybe, but that's a ridiculous thing if that's true for women because that's really not going to keep somebody.
What do you think keeps men in check?
Men. I think
Correct.
they keep themselves in check.
Men are in check by other men. You know why? Because I understand that if you have social media, my DMs are dry, yours are not. How many motherfuckers hit your DMs?
Is this a question to me personally? Because I'm not answering that question.
Of course you're not, because y'all never answer the question because your DM is full. You could go to the gas station. Someone's hitting on you. You can go out with your girlfriends. Someone's hitting on you. We understand.
You have a lot of faith in my life. It doesn't really happen like that for all of us.
Well, okay. Again, there's a difference, though. We have to look at. There's a difference. If you had a daughter, she's half your age. This is her life. But there was a guy who was in his 40s had a wife who was in her 40s who was also very attractive, and he did the numbers. You know how many times she got hit on in a freaking month?
Oh, I'm sure a lot. I mean, I think we get hit on a lot. I get hit on
thousands of times. You know how many times a man gets hit on in a freaking year?
I don't know. To hear the men I talk to, they get hit on all the time.
Men lie about that shit. Women don't.
They love to tell you that.
Correct.
It's the craziest shit.
You know why?
Again,
this is the thing. We understand that the moment that a woman thinks or realizes that other women want you, then that woman wants you. Like, I could get on my Facebook right now and post in a relationship. And then all of a sudden it's like, damn, And I was interested. Yeah, yeah, motherfucker, you ain't never said shit. Now all of a sudden, because I'm with another woman, let me put a
Men do
ring.
talk about
Let
that.
me put a ring on my finger. And it looks like I'm married. Women are hitting on me left and right. You know why? Because that proves that I am safety, security, and can provide. And I'm liked by other women because women require social proof, which is 9 times out of 10 when you do get with a new guy. The first thing you do is show him off to your girlfriend. What do you think about him? And the first thing that she asks, well, what does he do for a living?
Always.
Social proof. She needs to know that he's safety, security, and provision, which is one of the number one reasons of why I tell women all the time, stop telling your girlfriends, especially your single girlfriends, about your man. And then you get mad when she sleeps with them. Well, all you did was social proof his ass. You let her know how much money he makes. Oh, he makes good money. He's a 6-figure, right under 6 figures. Oh, he got good dick. Oh, he ain't got no baby mama. You're giving her everything she needs to fuck with your man on the low.
What you're saying basically is, right? Let me just understand this because we started with the loyalty thing, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So what you're kind of saying in all of this, I just want to be clear, is that if we would stop as women having that part of the negotiation, right? Like, okay, you're loyal if you can do all these other things, but we're not going to say that you can't like cheat or whatever you want to call it. It's an open relationship now. Game on. You can do whatever you wish.
So it's not an open relationship because, again, men can't get sex that easily unless you are dealing with like, unless you're dealing with like that nigga type of, like if he's an athlete, if he owns businesses, make a bunch of money, if he's doing something very public, a regular standard average guy in life can't just pull pussy. So to have that conversation,
if that comes up, I'm just gonna go ahead and let you roll with that, baby, because you can provide and you do all this other shit, right? Well, that's what you're saying.
Well,
right?
let me ask you this. What man do you know of to this day has never cheated?
Well, I don't know of any really. Okay. Everybody's pretty much cheated at some point.
Thank you. So this is the thing. The question is, do you want to know that your man does it or don't you want to know that your man? It's either you do or you don't. Regardless, at some point in time, on my life, on my mama, may she rest in peace. I'm a damn good man, but I'm never going to sit here and be like that. I'm going to be 100% faithful to you because the best pussy in the world is new pussy. And after I've been with you for so long and I fucked you so many times, like the pussy could be amazing, right? But the amazingness wears off. I say it like this to women, and women need to understand. Halle Berry at one point in time was the most beautiful woman in the world, right?
Yes.
She get cheated on?
Absolutely.
Okay. Beyonce, one of the most beautiful women in the world. She get cheated on?
Yes, she did.
Stacey Crawford.
I know. The list goes on and on.
Pamela Anderson. Correct. The list goes on and on and on. You can literally name all the most beautiful women in the shit. Jennifer Lopez can't stop getting cheated on.
Oh my God. Please tell me this is not really the real.
Okay, God. But no. But let's go back. Let's look at reality, okay? The first man and woman.
This has been a very reality conversation.
The first man and woman on this earth that we know of was Adam and Eve, and everyone after Adam and Eve had multiple wives and a shit ton of children.
Do you think that's the answer? Do you think multiple wives, like if you can provide for them? Because in other countries, that's what's up, right? As long as you can provide, then you can have as many wives as you want.
Now,
and that works very well
now
for them.
I want you to think about this, though, right? In the happiness chart, those women are actually 300% happier than women in the United States of America. When it comes to crime is actually like 80% low. Crimes against women, that is 80% lower than what it is in the United States of America. Marriage rates are in single digits. Highest is like 12, 13%. But
That's
according
interesting.
to the world, they don't have freedom and they can't do this. But see, that's also in a country where the father, most times more than not, gets to choose the husband. And it's one of those situations where, see, in the United States of America, we get married for love. But love is a feeling and love changes all the time. Like, what was your favorite TV show as a child?
Uh, I don't even remember. I mean, how old? Like, I don't
Thank
even
you.
remember.
And as a child, you loved it. What was your favorite song as a teenager?
I don't know.
Thank you. But I guarantee you loved it.
Right.
Okay.
At that time. Yeah.
Correct. Everything is at that time. And this time period of my life, this is what I love. And guess what? That's what happens. What do a lot of people say when they get well, I fell out of love with him. And okay, well, you got married for love. You didn't get married for duty. You didn't get married for legacy. You didn't get married for children. You got married for love.
And that's
Love
what you
comes and
intend to
goes.
do? You intend to get married for those reasons, legacy and all those that you just listed?
Well, initially that was my plan, right? But I already have children. Like, I'll be honest.
Right.
I'm super honest, and I tell people this all the time. The likelihood of me getting married is very low. And it's going to be 100% because I want to. Now, I know I don't have to. I have children. So that was the one carrot that women used to have that got you into marriage, which guaranteed your safety, your security, and your provision. Because the trade-off was you give me that, I give you children. You give me that, I give you my womb. You give me that, I take care of your home.
Did you marry your kid's mom? Were you married?
No. So that was my goal, but that was my goal. That wasn't our goal.
Right.
So I was the one, and I've always said I would never stay there for my children, and I've realized I was only with her for the kids, so I left.
Oh, so you left. Interesting.
Again, there are certain men that know who they are and their worth. See, this is the thing. I bought the house. I bought the cars. I paid the bills. She didn't work. She had very little responsibilities in life. And I did everything to make her happy. Everything. So when it's not being reciprocated, why would I do this? Like,
Did you cheat?
No.
Why didn't you? Interesting. Why didn't you cheat?
Well, at that time is when I really started where that's where I started the goals that I now live on for today, which are to make sure that my children and future wife, if there ever happens to be one, their future is solidified. As in, like, right now,
Right.
I can make $500,000 every year. I'm never going to live on more than 75, period. And all the rest of that money gets put, and I've set up accounts where the money goes so it can't be touched. I can't just go dip into it. Because I know what my final plan is, and that money is there for just that. So when I pass away, when I die, no ifs, ands, or buts about it, my legacy, my last name, my children, and they always say the woman lasts longer than the man. My wife is going to be perfectly fine. No ifs, it's going to be the biggest surprise of their life. That's
Do you
the
date?
sacrifice that I do and have made.
Do you date?
Do I date?
Yes.
I don't disclose those things on air.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. My bad. Too personal.
No. So I used to be in the music industry. I found out real quick, disclosing your personal life, anything social, is the biggest mistake that you could ever make.
Right.
especially
Okay, I
when
mean, I get that.
yeah.
I'm just saying it's interesting. Like, what I'm saying, you're not closed off to it. You're just saying because of what has happened to you, up to this point, you doubt that you would be married.
Well, here's
That,
the here's the thing that I tell people all the time. I've never been hurt. I don't have baggage. Um, and even so, like my 6 year relationship, I took time to heal. My 7 year relationship, or sorry, my 7 year relationship, I took time to heal, which got me to my 6 year relationship, which is where I got engaged. And
oh,
that
so you
didn't
have
work.
been engaged.
Correct. And I took time to heal, which is where I met my kid's mom. And then from my kid's mom to my next relationship was literally like 3.5, 4 years. Like I take time to heal in between my relationships. I don't jump from because I don't take baggage, and I look at everything as a experience to grow. And when,
Right.
let's say me and you decided to date, I'm taking you at face
Mm-hmm.
value. What you show me is what I'm putting on you. I'm never gonna look at you and be like, "Oh my God, you're showing me signs of an ex." Okay, and you can do that and still not be that person. We are all human beings, whether we like it or not. We all do the same fucking shit, which is why I hate when people are like,
Right.
"I'm different than that bitch." No, you're not. Your ring finger's a different color than the rest of your fingers, like all the rest of these women. You have very few hair colors and styles. You do the exact same shit. You probably got French or white toenails. You're wearing the same fashion and the same clothes as the other chick. Sheen, shine, whatever the hell you want to call it. Rainbow, Savage Fenty,
Oh
v- j-
no, not Sheen
Vic-
and Rainbow.
Victoria's Secrets. Like this is the thing. Like y'all are all doing the same shit. You just swear you're different, but at the end of the day, no. And the thing about it is, as men, we don't run around and sit here and say we're different because we know we're not. And what you show us is the difference between how we act. If you show us that you're like wife material, I'm going to wife you. We're going to be in a relationship. We're going to fall in love. We're going to be together. If you show me that you're just in it for some good dick, we're fucking. Period.
That's so funny. My sons say that, but I treat them the way they come.
Correct. Women
That's
dictate, you
exactly. I
dictate
love that
your
they say.
role. To men,
That's
we
exactly what
we
they
are
say.
very black and white. If I come at you with wifey shit and I tell you I want to be that man to you and you don't take the position, congratulations. I'm not going to offer it anymore. But you're willing to take this dick. I'm going to give you this dick until you are like, I want more. Sorry, I started off that way. You didn't. You got there, but that train has passed.
I get it though. Okay. Wow. Where is the other lady that you were talking to about all this stuff when you were talking to me in the messenger?
I told her actually to tune in.
She's not, she didn't want to be on this?
Well, I've never put more than one person on a phone because what
Oh,
happens is when you're having these conversations, there's usually too many voices. And I'm just going to be honest, women tend to agree with women even when the woman is wrong. So I would never do that because regardless, she could be saying absolute bullshit. And 9 times out of 10, a woman's going to agree with. There's very few women that'll be like, no, you're full of shit.
huh.
2, you're more acquiesced to be honest about your shit when it's just me and you.
Interesting.
Yeah, see, like you guys always talk about women code. When do you hear about man code?
Well, I think I hear about bro code a lot.
Correct. Bro code. That's some young boy gay shit. And that bro
I've heard
code, that
that
bro
term.
code will be the first ones will also be like, yeah, we finna run a train on this bitch. But when you
Right.
become a man, you're not sitting here going, hey, call up old girl, let's run a train on her type. Like those things are no longer there. There's no such thing as man code, which is like when you have a guy that literally, and they know the other guy, and he's telling you that nigga ain't shit, and you're like, yes, he is. No, honestly, he ain't shit. You're just not listening.
Know that. No, I actually believe that to be true. I actually
and they be like, oh, you just hating on him. No, I mean, you can call it hating, but we know bullshit men. And like a nigga like me, the same thing that I say to you, I've said to him. Just like I can have a dude that's cheating on his girl, I'm going to be like, tell your fucking girl. Tell her what you're doing. She's more likely to stay, because when you find out he cheated on you, you don't care that he cheated. You just care that he lied about it. He lied to me.
I think you care about the embarrassment of it. That's the thing. I think.
Who are you embarrassed by? Nobody ever knows.
Wait.
Nobody ever knows.
The reason that women, I believe, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't talk about all women. For me, the cheating part, it's not the act of the cheating. Okay. That's not what blows my mind. Maybe because I do have adult sons. I don't know, but it's not the act of it.
Okay. So let me ask you this question. Who would you be embarrassed by?
I don't want to, if my friends or my family, that shit, I feel some type of way about that. Okay, so let me. No matter how silly that sounds.
Yeah, okay, let me ask you this question.
Not really give a shit.
But let me ask you this question.
Still do.
Because there's a real life question that goes with this that opens up everybody's eyes. All right, okay. A man that can sleep with a man that can't get any pussy is looked at as what?
I don't know. I don't know a man that can't do that.
You don't know men that can't have sex?
No, I haven't. I have never met. I don't fuck around. I don't know any men that can't have sex.
Thank you. Usually, that's the whole point.
I'm shocked if they can't.
Okay, well, this is the crazy part. Men between the ages of 18 and 33, 76% of them have 1 to 0 sexual partners in a year. 30% of them are virgins.
No.
Yes, you as a woman don't deal with men that can't have sex because women tend to put themselves around men that can acquire sex, because a man that can acquire sex on a regular basis has inherently achieved something in life, which is why men who have many sexual partners, as much as that same woman's like, ew, I'm not fucking with him, he's a man-ho, is the same one that woke up next to that motherfucker this morning.
Uh-huh.
And is mentally going, that dick was good as fuck. Because the same woman that's like, I don't want a man that can't eat pussy, I don't want a man that can't fuck, where do you think he gets that practice at? A pillow? So there's no embarrassment, because the thing about it is, even if someone found out that man could have sex, he's actually looked up to more than he's looked down upon. So there's no embarrassment.
Other women,
there's no
family members look at you like, what the fuck are you not doing in your house that motherfucker had to go out in the streets and get some from somebody else? And they tell you all kinds of shit.
That's your thought. That's your thought process. But I want you to go back to what I asked you earlier. How many women do you know that have not been cheated on, and how many men do you know that have not cheated? Everyone has already been in that situation. It's not new. 9 times out of 10, what people do is they talk shit just for the sake of talking shit. When really, at the end of the day, if you really had a real conversation with them and you broke the shit down, you'd be like, yeah, I know what you mean. So your father actually did that to me when I was 29 years old. And the way we got over it was...
We don't sound like that, just so you know.
But you should. We
don't all sound like that.
But you should.
No, because that's the thing that happens, though. They question what you are as a person.
No, they don't, because we all know at the end of the day, men don't cheat for the sake of just fucking. Like, it's just to fuck. We're not trying to replace you. We're not looking like you didn't. This is the thing. You find out that the man fucked a bit. You didn't find out that he was out spending money on her, shopping on her, doing all these different things. Like, I met a relationship therapist. Okay. Mm-hmm. And this relationship therapist, like, she really broke it down. She said it like this. As a woman, would you prefer to find out your man cheated on you with another woman or was taking care of family on the other side of town? Which one hurts you the most? You can only choose one. You can't say both.
The family, of course.
Why?
Because then that means that he's mentally in it.
Thank you. He's emotionally involved. So the fact that he's emotionally involved is what makes it next level. And right. All of you understand that. That's not a secret. Which goes back to
like that.
Which goes back to even if you found out your man was cheating on you, 9 times out of 10, the only reason you're angry is because he lied to you about it. But then again, like I said, if he called you and said, babe, can I get a hall pass? Because I don't want to cheat on you. I would rather you know what's going on. Or you could even join us. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to say exactly what you said. Fuck no. And you're going to make this big ass fucking argument over some bullshit instead of going, damn, my man really loves me. Instead of him going and doing some shit behind my back, he actually went and out of his way to say, babe, can I? Or will we?
Mm-hmm.
See, that's where logic kicks in.
I think it's that simple.
But it is that simple. The difference is men are logical, women are emotional. Your feelings get hurt because what happens is the first thought process is my man wants to fuck someone else. What am I doing wrong? It's not about you.
Yeah, but I think okay.
What's your nationality? No, what's your nationality?
I'm white.
Okay. Can you be black?
No.
Can you be Mexican?
No.
Asian? Samoan?
No.
You can't be all those things?
No.
How tall are you?
5'1".
Okay, can you be 5'7"?
No.
Okay, do you have a fat ass?
I don't know. No, I wouldn't say it was like, ooh.
Okay, can you get a fat ass?
I could purchase one. Yes, I could.
But can you have one right now?
No, not right now.
You have long hair or short hair?
Short.
What color?
You know I have short hair.
What color?
Today it's blonde.
Okay, so what happens if I want a long hair brunette in like 5 minutes? A long hair brunette Mexican with a fat ass booty. Can you give me any of those things?
No, but you do understand. See, that's the so.
No. But I'm doing this for a reason. No. But hold on, hear me out. No. You need.
I can't provide you with new pussy.
You need to hear me out, though. You need to hear me out.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
The most beautiful women get cheated on by fat girls, right?
Right.
Fat girls get cheated on by the most beautiful women. And the average chick, well, it could be a fat girl or a amazingly beautiful woman. Guess what? That's how you know it's not about you. Variety is the spice of life. Do you wear the same pants every day? Same shirt?
No.
Again, your hair color. You clearly have made it clear that your hair color even changes, right?
Regularly, yes.
Okay, so what you're telling me is you can have variety in life and whatever you want. The only variety that a man requires in life, which is why so many men don't have to get married and won't marry or even be in relationships. Because if we're not, we can have our variety.
Oh my God, that's so fucking simple and sad at the same time.
Correct. Because see, in the world you live in today, it has been sold to women that you are enough. But again, let me ask you this. You're enough for what? Solomon had 700 wives and 300 concubines. Moses had 4 wives. Shit, Jesus had 2 wives, both named Mary. If you read the Bible correctly, there are 3 Marys. His mother, the hoe he took off the street, and the one that bore his children.
Uh-huh.
The religion that this country was founded on has men that had multiple wives. But in 1891, when they decided to start charging taxes to everyone, they even made the slave owners get rid of their wives. Because even the old white man had more than one wife.
He said, "No, it's fine." Yeah.
That's the crazy part. And if you truly look at history,
Uh-huh.
the proof is in the pudding. And if you look at other countries right now, far more so besides the US, UK, Australia.
Do you get a lot of fight back when you start talking about this stuff with women? Are there a lot of fights back with it? Or do they all like, because it just seems so very bleak. I got to tell you, like, I don't have a lot of fight, and I believe a lot of what you say because I've heard, as I said, the men around me speak this way.
So this is the
But
crazy part. No, not very many women fight back unless they're extremely in their masculine. Masculine women fight back. But the fight isn't truly the fight other than the fact of fighting just to fight. Because when you hear it and you understand and know, like we all know what reality is. You can't fight reality. Reality is something that whether you like it or not, is it punches you. Either you accept reality or you're going to get punched in the stomach. And when you get punched in the stomach, that's when it really hurts.
it just seems so bleak. And it seems like there's no middle ground anymore. Like, there's no way out.
So here's the
You know what I
problem.
mean? Like,
Here's the
that's the
problem.
thing.
There was never a middle ground. We've tried to create a middle ground, and in creating the middle ground, it gets us to where we're at today. Men are more feminine than they have ever been in this entire world. Women have become far more
Agreed.
masculine than they have, right? So it's a known
Yes.
fact that what's going to happen is we're going to continue this trend probably for another 10 to 15 years, which is why I'm so scared for my children. As this continues to spiral, women are going to become more and more single. Okay. Men are, this actually benefits men such as myself and other, the 30% of men, that can actually in some way provide and are definitely safety and security. You know why? Well, if we look at it, younger women specifically are okay sharing their man because they already do it. And that's when I laugh when a woman goes, I would never share my man. Okay, cool. That's why you're at a Trey Songz concert backstage with 15 other women all waiting in line to get fucked. You're okay sharing your man. It's crazy. But you say, I won't share my boyfriend, but you just went and shared this. If a man shows you that he's valuable, you're willing to do anything for that man. Point blank, period. He just needs to show his value. And there are very few men that can and hold that value. You can go to Miami right now. There's somebody on a yacht. That man has made enough money to either own or be able to rent that yacht for hours. There's 5 men on there and probably 20 women. How many of those women are sleeping with those 5 rich? Well, 4 because one of them's the captain. So it's not what they're willing to do. There are going to be women that are going to go, I'm not stupid. I would rather know and live this life knowing that I'm taken care of long term, because being an old cat lady, well, them cat ain't going to pay my fucking bills. But this motherfucker will. And this is the thing. Even men who potentially may go out and sleep with other women, etc., at some point in time, he gets tired. And he's going to come home and he's going to look at you and be like, she done rolled this shit out with me from day one. These bitches ain't shit. Because again, we have to work for it. So when you have to work for it, if you have to leave your house to go find just some strange, it gets boring. It gets old real quick because you know you got pussy at home. Like it's at home waiting for you.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And that's why grandma and great grandma, everybody, that's why they won. Because grandpa got tired. And the only rule that grandma had, and it's like I had conversations with my grandmother before she passed. Guess what? You know what her rule is? Don't you get that bitch pregnant. That was the rule. Don't get her pregnant and don't bring any. Well, then they didn't really, STDs wasn't like that. Today it's a different situation. So don't bring one or two home. Don't bring home no babies. Don't bring home no diseases. That's why
Yeah.
currently today, turn on TikTok, Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, and you look, polygamy is actually growing at a very rapid rate right now. It's one man with multiple women. But guess what? That's the closest thing to biblical God's plan that there ever was. He said a woman was a helpmate and a man was go out and multiply. Now, I will say that some of the so-called polygamy relationships today are bullshit because it's just about sex. It's not about building your family and doing that. But at the same, it's harder to do that because go ahead and tell the woman that you've been with, I'm about to have kids with this other woman, especially if she doesn't have kids or hasn't had kids with you. That's an argument. That's a war. But at the end of the day, that's the purpose of what men and women were in here. Like, you've heard the term, it takes a village, right?
Yes.
Who makes up the village? Think about that. If you look at a village, even if you watch National Geographic, are there more men or are there more women and children in the village?
There's always more women, and I mean there are statistically. I'm pretty sure there's more women and children.
Oh, have you ever sat there and really thought about that? So if you got like 3 men, 8 women, 20 kids.
Oh my God. Okay, I get it. I truly do get it. Like, I get where you're coming from. I'm just like, there's no fucking way that that's really going to be. I mean, that's the thing. Like,
you know what's crazy?
We are emotional.
Yeah, but like, you know what's crazy?
You can't.
Okay, so this is the crazy part, right? I could take you. You would need to be in a relationship. Here's the crazy part. You could take any woman, and I've done this, right? You could take any woman that you're with and say, babe, what would you do if you saw a video of me fucking another chick? I don't want to see that shit. I don't want to see. You say that, right?
Yeah.
I'm kind of the dick. I'm kind of the asshole. We're laying there.
Really?
Yeah, we're laying.
I am shocked.
Like we'll be doing some shit, and I'll make sure that shit just pops up automatically, right? And then once you get over all your bullshit, I'm quick with it. I'm gonna put my hand in between your legs. You know why? Because you got turned on. Your pussy's wet as fuck. If we've had sex and the sex is good, and you saw that at some point in time I was fucking another chick, and you heard it, and then you actually saw it, it actually turns you on. Why does it turn you on? Because you know the feeling. And as much as you thought it was going to make you angry and piss you off, and there's no way I could ever share my man, right? Then you see that shit, and then all of a sudden you start rethinking shit. Everything that I said I wouldn't be capable of doing, not only am I capable of doing, but I love it, and it's amazing, and it's beautiful, and it's, to me, it's absolutely hilarious because we're sold fake outrage. Do you really care that, I don't know, LeBron James is with the Los Angeles Lakers? 9 times out of 10, most people are like, I don't give a fuck.
I do. I love LeBron James and I love the Lakers. Like, pick another one. I love him. Like, he is really my favorite athlete. Pick another one.
He's horrible. I'm a diehard Lakers fan, but he's the biggest faker. He's not a Laker.
No.
He's chasing
There is no
rings.
talking
He is
about
chasing
Bron.
rings, and he went to the only fucking franchise that
I know
literally
oh my God, no,
can
no,
pull
no. I'm
players
not. No.
and get rid
See,
of players
I
at any
agreed to
point
do
in
this
time and
about
have the budget to do
relationships. Do
it.
not talk about my King James. I love him. I've loved him the whole time I watched him in high school. I love him. No, I'm
You
not.
should, you as a
No.
grown ass woman who is older should not be saying that you love the high school player.
I'm not talking about it like that. But no, I've always loved him, even back in the day, with the chalk and
Okay,
the.
I'm not gonna talk about LeBron
Okay,
Lane.
thank you.
He's trash.
Shut the fuck up. Oh, hell no. Pick another athlete.
Anyway, at the end of the day, there's a lot of people that are outraged about a bunch of bullshit. Okay, do you care that there's 166 sexes?
No, not
Thank
really.
you.
I
But
just
so
get
many people are
confused. I don't
outraged
care.
by it. There's male and female. I don't know where the other 164 came from,
Right, I don't care.
but congratulations. Like, I don't give a fuck.
I don't either.
But the world is outraged about it.
It is.
Okay, it's fake. It's taught outrage. We're supposed to be outraged by all of this bullshit. In reality, we don't really care. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't even affect us. So we don't care. The things that you swear you care about, the things that you swear you would never do, are actually the things that make people the happiest. Because
I don't think that you should really swear to never do anything.
Well,
I really don't.
first and foremost,
'cause I don't
have
think
you ever tried it? Let me ask you, have you ever had a threesome in your life?
That would be personal information, but
You have. You already said it.
this-
You said it.
No, I have. I actually have not. But that is really personal. The fuck? I really haven't. But I mean, I'm not saying I would. I'm not saying there under no conditions would I ever do that.
Okay,
just-
would you
it's
have a
never
threesome? Yes or
happened.
no?
I don't know. Maybe it depends on what's going on in my life right now.
No, it's not.
You
It's
know,
a
at
yes
the
or no
time-
question. Have you ever been interested in women? Do you look at women and somewhat go, I wonder
Oh
what?
no, I think women are very sexual. That's why I'm saying
Thank
it's
you.
not off
Okay.
the table for
So
me.
so that alone that within itself is why when women sit here and say things, it's politically correct to say no. In reality, your thought process, you've thought about it probably more than a few times.
Oh yeah,
Correct.
like I've thought about it clearly.
Thank you. So at the end of the
Just
day,
haven't been in a position for that to happen.
9 times out of 10, you haven't had a man that took the lead enough for you to be like, this is what the fuck's happening tonight. We doing the shit. Let's go.
Probably true.
So simple as that. It usually just takes, because that's the thing. The man has to make that happen. And this is what I tell men. Don't ask permission. Because you're always going to say no. Because you just don't know any better.
Right. Okay, go ahead. Go on with the rest of it. Now we've examined that for me.
So when we talk about, again, the loyalty aspect, full circle. Now, clearly loyalty is different. Because if a man abided by the same rules of loyalty that you do, would you really be happy as a woman?
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
Maybe.
Because you require safety,
might
security,
be.
and provision.
I think that is the one thing that, to be honest, my most recent relationship, I did not feel.
Thank you.
I got to tell you that, probably because
That makes you feel worse than anything.
it really does. And we definitely, my last,
Which is the same thing. When a woman is a bread,
literally over the fact that somebody had asked me, this really just happened not that long ago to me. So I was dating somebody and I was dating him pretty regularly. We were, I don't even know what the hell we were in. And another man who I have been friends with.
No such thing
but
as men and
also-
female friends, but go ahead.
What'd you say?
There's no such thing
Go
as a
ahead.
male and female friends. There's no such thing.
Let me just clarify it because I was going to clarify it. I had been friends with, but also tried many times to hit it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, during the friendship, had asked me at a, I was in a bar with all of everybody that we hang out with, and he had asked me if I felt safe. And I said I never felt safe without even thinking it. I never felt safe. And because that was his, like, well, why the fuck are you fucking with him if you don't even feel fucking safe? You know what I'm saying? That's the conversation, right? And the man I was dating asked me what the hell he was whispering in my ear, what that conversation was. And I told him. He asked me if I felt safe, and I said I never felt safe. And he fucking blew up. And
Yeah.
this was a huge, but my thing was, you never make
Hold
me
on.
feel safe and protected.
Hold on.
So how
Now
can
here's a
I?
question.
Okay.
As he
All right.
felt that and he blew up, did he blow up on you or did he blow up on your so-called friend?
He blew up on me, and it's his friend too. By the, I don't know if they're friends,
Okay.
but they hang out and they've definitely taken pictures together. So why didn't you fucking say something to him?
You know why?
Go ahead.
Because he knows that between those two men, one is the alpha and he is the beta. And he knows that if he
Exactly.
would have blew up on him, he got his ass handed to him. Plus, that nigga probably told the other nigga that before. You's a weak ass, bitch ass nigga. But you come in here, you got some good game, and you probably give some good dick. But outside of that, there's nothing else that you offer this chick.
Yeah.
And I'm never
Pretty
going to
much.
sugarcoat this shit to her because whether you like it or not, me and her have also half-ass fucked around. And I would fuck with her and fuck her. So I'm not going to allow you to fuck over her. And niggas don't like that shit.
Yeah, pretty much. That's been his stance the whole way. Like, I don't understand. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not dealing with dude anymore, but that was pretty much his whole, like, I would fuck with you. Like, if that, I've made that very clear, but that's not why I'm telling you this. I'm telling you this to make you aware of what the fuck you're dealing with.
To me, that's neither here nor there because I've been preaching this for years. There's no such thing as male and female friends. And the reason that I can say that is 9 times out of 10, the guy hit on the chick. Either she friend zone him or because there is very few situations where the guy will friend zone a chick, but she's unattractive. Just to be real.
Okay. Thanks for the honesty.
Well, that's what I'm good at. That's the number one thing that runs women off is my honesty.
I don't know. It's entertaining. I will give you that.
One thing about it though, my relationships have been absolutely amazing because that's just it. It's not just entertaining. It's real and you know exactly what you're getting yourself into and you know you're good.
I mean, it is a big thing. It was a big thing with it. It's a big thing for me. I mean, I at least will
It's
admit
not
that.
a big thing for you. It's a big thing for every freaking woman. This is the thing. Times have changed. Your DNA hasn't. You want taller, smarter, stronger. Why? Because, well, back when there was lions, tigers, bears, oh my, he could take care of you. Back when there were wars and Vikings and all this, oh my, he can take care of me. Back when there were dinosaurs and silverback gorillas and alligators and snakes everywhere, oh my, he can take care of me. I'm in his cave. He's created this cave. He gave me fire. He goes out, kills food, brings it back. Great. I'm taken care of. Now there's technology. Technology means you no longer 100% have to rely on a man to go out and kill shit because you get to go to the grocery store, which is why I tell women all the time, stop saying you're independent, you're self-sufficient. Self-sufficient. Independent means that you are 100% reliant upon something, which we all are. We are reliant on grocery stores. We're reliant on gas stations. Shit, we're reliant on clothing stores. We are all not independent, but we are self-sufficient. We go to work to pay our own bills. But again, if that job closes, you don't get money. If every job ceased to exist, but you still had to pay bills. You'd find out how unindependent we really are. They change the law. All of a sudden, that independent shit, like, we're not. We're self-sufficient to a point. Independent is not the word. And independent, when a man hears independent, you might as well just look at a man and be like, I'm masculine. I don't fucking need you. You're not shit to me. I want your dick and I want your money. Because the same women that say I'm independent are the same ones that like, I would like for you to pay my bills at least. And I want you to take care of me and make me feel wanted and do this and do that. And it's like, wait, you just said you were independent. You don't need none of this shit from me. So words don't align. And words have meanings. We need to know the definitions of the words that we use. But this was a pleasure.
It was. It was very fun. Thank you for inviting me on.
Yeah, see, it's not as so. This is my thing. So usually I have people actually come and be on the show, right? But so many people have been no showing, right? And what I realize is I have a lot of these conversations because I'm in a lot of different groups and stuff, and then I have a lot of different people on my Facebook. And like, clearly you're on my Facebook. I have no idea who the fuck you are.
Right, I know.
And vice versa, right? But that's the whole point of it. That's the whole purpose of it. This is actually what I do. And I have these conversations used to actually happen more with like friends and family. And then somehow bled over into coworkers and like just strangers. People just talk to me and they just unload. And we end up in these very deep conversations. And they're like, I don't even know why I'm talking to you. I just feel so comfortable. And it's like, I don't fucking get it either. But I'm going to give you my advice. I'm going to give you my 2 cents. I'm going to give you the realest dose of reality you're probably going to have in life. There's no hard feelings. I have sons and daughters, and this is the thing. I know how I want my children to grow up, and the things that I speak are also the things that align with my life in the way that I will have them align with their lives to make them actual good human beings, because I'm raising husbands and wives. I'm not raising working adults. I don't want my daughter to ever scream out, I'm independent at a man. That's stupid. No. Find another motherfucker that's going to take care of you like I do. My sons, yes, go out and get some pussy, but you need to find a woman that you can align with. Make her your wife and take care of her. Raise children. Keep what I've started going.
Right.
And that's where we as parents are failing, because we aren't raising husbands and wives. We're raising great working adults who rely on no one. They're baby making machines, and well, even kids. We are so far under our replacement rate that, give or take 80 to 90 years, if we don't make a change, we will become extinct.
That is true. It's definitely down statistically.
But again, that also goes back to this polygamy shit that the world is navigating towards. That'll probably change some shit, because what's going to happen is, I mean, that's people get, let's look at Nick Cannon. They're talking shit about him because he got 12 kids with 6 different women?
I don't know what the numbers are, but they're high. Okay,
but hey, guess what? Why are other people complaining about a situation that the women aren't complaining in? As a matter of fact, the most recent one, or the one of the more beautiful ones out of all of them, if you ask me, even came out and said it. I actually think it's beautiful that he's with other women. It actually turns her on.
Yeah, I don't care about it one way or the other.
When women, but this is the thing. When a woman is in her divine feminine, and she actually has a man that allows her to be feminine in that manner, you'll be surprised how much happier you are in life. And the things that you swear against, you no longer swear against, because again, all the masculinity that was in you has disappeared. you feel the safest you will ever feel in life. And because you have that safety and security, it allows you to be the best version of who you are, which is why I tell people, find your purpose in life. As a woman, your purpose is femininity. As a man, your purpose is masculinity. It's not toxic in any way. As a matter of fact, it's the most beautiful thing in the world, because they want to call toxic masculinity, but it ain't toxic when the police come save your ass. It ain't toxic when the motherfucking firefighters put out fire. It ain't toxic when a stranger saves you from a motherfucker trying to take advantage of you on the streets. It ain't toxic when that dude at the club comes and grabs that other dude and beats his ass because he just saw you put something in your drink.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that men do that we do just based off the fact that we're masculine men. Like a couple years ago, I'm not going to lie, I whooped my brother's boss's ass because he beat on his wife. You're not going to do that in my presence. I don't give a fuck who you are. You could have been the president of the United States of America. You put your hands on that woman, I'm fucking you and your security up. That is not the job of a man. Your job is to protect her, not be what she fears.
Good point. And true. It's very true.
So, it was a pleasure speaking with you, Miss Becca.
It was nice talking to you too.
It was nice to meet you.
It was nice to kind of, sort of, weirdly meet you too.
Yeah, see? There's nothing wrong. See, people don't understand. Social media does a lot of different things. It doesn't always have to be toxic and bullshit.
Definitely. So have a wonderful evening, and we'll talk again probably.
Yeah, now I can take my ass to the gym.
Oh, nice. Have a good workout.
All right, you have a good evening. Thanks.
Bye.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Sunday Night Live, No Cap Reacts. This was not scheduled or planned. There actually was going to be no show tonight. But a conversation arose, and I decided to go ahead and, well, bring it to you guys. Again, I have these conversations with people on a regular basis. Some people are able to have real conversations, and some people are not. Some people are interested in the truth, and some people are not. Cool. It is what it is. I'm not going to change who I am, and I'm definitely not going to change who you are. Tonight's show was about loyalty and knowing the difference. And a lot of people just really don't know or understand what loyalty is. And or you give your loyalty to the wrong person in the wrong way. Allowing a man to be a man and allowing a woman to be a woman will be the number one things that keep us all happy, and relationships do truly last. There's nothing greater than love, but there's nothing greater than a good, strong, lasting relationship. Men and women need each other. The moment you realize that, the better off you are. But as long as you're pushing men and or women away from you, thinking that you are enough and you got it, great. You're not even living within the confines of what God wants you to be doing. But thanks for tuning in to another episode. I'm your man, Bailey, a.k.a. Mr. Go Get 'Em. And with that...